everyone, and welcome to another Flossy Friday. This one's coming a little bit late, but I didn't pre-record, so it is what it is. I don't have a whole lot to show, which has been kind of like the theme of February. Big dreams, not a lot of progress. I do have a fair amount of progress on two things, because honestly, last weekend, I did not get as much done as I thought that I was going to. You know, it's 3.5 hours from here to Austin, so that takes some chunks out of your time. And honestly, me and my cousins, we were just spending time together. I thought that I would get to stitch at the hockey games, but you get like 3 minutes in between each period, you know, unlike professional games. And I was standing on the floor around the ice with my cousin's dad, who's also my cousin, so I'm trying to make it sound less weird. So they're all cousins. But I was standing around on the ice, and every period is only 15 minutes long, and I forgot how much I loved watching hockey. It was so much fun. I know that it was just high schoolers, but it was so much fun. And I took a couple of videos, not too many. So if you go to my Instagram, you can see a couple videos from my hockey games that I went to. But I didn't really get to stitch because to sit down, I would have had to have gone upstairs in this heated room, and people kind of like half pay attention up there. So I really wanted to be by the ice with Will's dad, Steve, because he was explaining some stuff to me, and it was just a lot more fun. And also it was colder, and I love being cold. So, okay, let's talk about what I did get done over the weekend. And then also this week at work, I went back on Tuesday because I also took off on Monday. Monday was like my travel home day, like do laundry, and I slept a lot because I was just really tired from the weekend. So my ionomy piece and my winter ABCs did not get worked on at all. And this week at work, I have been taking it to work on at lunch. But one person or two people, I was going to say one retired, but they didn't. We had two people on our like larger team leave the agency in the last like week or two. And so it was people's like last day this week. So we had some like luncheons and things like that. So I didn't get to stitch on my lunch breaks. But while I was gone this weekend, I did get a little bit of the O finished on the ionomy piece. And this is currently my only whip that has never been photographed and posted anywhere. Like, I've sent photos to a few people, but I'm not going to post this. I'm not going to post images of this on the blog, and I stated that in my blog, until it's finished and in my friend's hands, because he follows my stuff, and I don't know if he watches my videos or not. He knows about them, but I don't know if he watches them or not. He doesn't say if he does, but I don't want to give this away. So if he doesn't watch my videos, then he might check out the blog. I know he checks my Facebook group and my Instagram, so not posting this until he has it. So I'm really close to finishing this. Part of me wants to work on it this weekend just to knock it out, because I could knock this out this weekend. But it is so easy to just mindlessly work on this on my lunch breaks at work, because no pattern anymore, and it's literally just filling in the holes, you know. So I may keep this for my lunch stitch next week, and I may work this weekend on winter ABCs because I'm really close to finishing it, and I really think that if I give it some dedicated time this weekend, I could get it finished. Okay, so because I know that I wanted to finish 3 things this weekend up to the end of February, and it just did not work because, like I said, only really worked on things in the evening, and I finished 1 of the 3 that I wanted to finish by the end of February. So 2 finishes for February, but I'm up to like 9 for the year, which for me is crazy. I think I finished like maybe like a total of like 20 things last year, and I'm already almost halfway to that. So I'm hoping to keep up this momentum, and I really think that my Quilt Guild challenge is helping with that, because I know that that means that 12 things are at least getting finished, and I'm finishing way more than that. And I don't know, I'm just really proud of myself, and I'm trying to do a really nice balance of like my challenge pieces, although I am honestly trying to finish all of those as close to the beginning of the year as possible, so that way whenever the fall rolls around and I'm actually a lot more busy, I don't have to worry about trying to like scramble to finish things. It's not cheating, it's just being proactive. But I am trying to get certain ones, I'm trying to get to a certain point in the first half of the year, so that way I can worry a little bit less in the second half for my challenge pieces. But as far as, aside from those, I'm trying to have a nice balance of like older whips and new stuff, because I obviously do still want to start things. So before I show you my finish, we are going to talk about, I did have a new start, and I did post 1 photo of this on Instagram, but I've been wanting to restart Large London from Stitchrovia. Got this on Etsy from her Etsy site. So this is the pattern. She's also known as Emma Congdon. A lot of her patterns go into magazines first, and like 6, I think she told me once that most of her patterns are on like contract for 6 months after the magazine comes out, and then she can post them to her Etsy. But some of them are longer. I think it depends on what magazine they're in and how often she's updating her Etsy. But some of her patterns only ever come out to her Etsy, and this was one of those. It's 9 pages, if you can see from this grid. I did change some of the colors, but I am working on this. So I had to start with some of the color in the center of the D right here, just so that that's about the center, just so that way I could count down, because I'm going to be bad and I'm probably going to stitch the large red box last. And then I jumped down to the I, and I've done parts of it, and then I've jumped down to the year because I wanted to get the task of recharting that over with. So I recharted it with the year 2004. This pattern came out in 2015, and I bought it as soon as it came out. So I've had it for quite a while. I've started it before on the same piece of fabric, but I didn't like how the colors were looking on the Pictures Plus Mellow. So I over coffee and tea dyed it myself and grunged it up, which I've shown on my channel before whenever I did it. And I've also showed images on my Instagram. But now that I'm stitching on it, I love it so much more. Y'all know that I stitched all of the With Thy Needle, the little holiday circles on pieces, like scraps of Pictures Plus that I over coffeed and tea dyed to grunge them up. I love it so much, like scraps of fabric. But I picked the color Mellow because the only color in the rainbow not in threads in this pattern is yellow. And I didn't want to do it on white. I really wanted to, I thought that yellow, the light yellow color would make the colors really pop, and they really didn't. It just, for me, it looked like primary colors, and I wasn't really feeling it. So I grunged it up, and I'll show you in just a second, but they are popping off of this color, and I love it so much. It makes me, I have another piece of Mellow because it was in my Baker's Dozen last year. And this is Ada. This is 18 count Ada, and the other is 32 count Lugana. I'm tempted to grunge it up just because I love it so much. But on the Lugana, the color is even more pale, so I think it would be more usable, if that makes sense, for more varieties of patterns. Anyways, it's charted for 2015. Most people would probably change it to 2019 because it's the year that you're like working on it or possibly finishing it in. But I changed it to 2004, and the reason being is because we went to London in 2004, and I just love that the year is above the Olympic rings, because we happened, all very happenstance, happened to be out and about, and the Olympic torch was running through London for the first time in 50 years, and we got front row stage passes for that because we just happened to be out. And this guy was just like, if you go stand over there, you're gonna get a terrific view and you'll be right up against the gates. And it was just so much fun. And so the official torch runs by, and I have some pictures somewhere of this. I honestly don't know where, or I would insert it, but they're probably at my dad's house, and I don't know where, because I'm pretty sure they are not at my house. But, and then there's smaller torches that the different famous people and runners, after they've ran or whatever, or if they're part of like the parade line or what have you, that they carry. And I have a picture with one of those where I was holding it with one of the actresses from Bend It Like Beckham, and no, it's not Keira Knightley, and an model. She was a model back in the day. So I wanted to change it to the year that we went and saw all of these iconic locations, and really make it even more personal. So let's stop talking about it and let me show you. Sorry about passing the Ziploc across your face. But like I said, I started with the center part, and then I've gotten part of the eye, and I need to do this so that way you can see it better. But I've gotten part of the eye done, some words, and then I moved down to do the customization part, and I'm trying to finish. The way that I charted the 2004 was 2 additional columns compared to the 2015. So I wanted to keep the amount of spaces between this. So I was just trying to finish like the customization of like where everything was going to be placed before moving on. So I've just been jumping around. It's kind of what I do with patterns like this. I'm not going to keep working on this though. It's been calling to me. I really just wanted to get some more, like I wanted to get it restarted. And I think what I'm going to do, I may work on it a little bit more this weekend, but I think what I'm going to do, because it's just so huge, I just want to like finish like a motif or 2, like a month, which means I know it's probably not going to get finished this year unless I just get obsessed and go ham on it. But there's other patterns and whips that I really, really want to finish this year over, this big one. I used to only start big projects in my opinion, and now I do like kind of a mixture, but a little bit more smaller ones. And it's not because I hate bigger projects or anything like that. It's just currently what I'm drawn to, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I want to make a balance of it. And I mean, these motifs go pretty fast if you like sit down and just do it. So I think it's pretty doable, like, one really big one and 2 or like, 1 or 2 of like a smaller one around it, and just slowly knock it out. I just really wanted to start it. I love these colors on this fabric. So I just coffee and tea dyed it with those other Picture This Pluses that I did. And then I put them in the oven so you can see, where this, where it stained a little bit darker and sat in the oven and got like toasted. And I just love it. So much more than whenever it was just on the mellow fabric. So I'm excited about that. I might stitch a little bit more on it, but I'm going to switch it because I really think I can finish winter ABCs this weekend. And then I have some goals for March, which we can talk about in just a minute. But let's talk about this finish. So my Lizzy Kate, Wouldn't Life Be Great, is finished. I absolutely love it. This is on a 32 count denim-ish color from like Hobby Lobby or Michaels. I don't remember the brand. It just came in one of those like old school little packages. Not one that I can get anymore around here. It was definitely given to me. I had never bought it because up until last year I had never bought linen for myself. So this was definitely one that a fellow guild member gave me. I really liked it. I mean, it's not even. It's definitely a linen. But I love the color. I'm doing the hands-on design laundry series on this as well. So it's not the only thing that I'm doing on this project, on this fabric. But yeah, I changed up all the colors. They were mostly Gas and Weeks Dye Works. The color conversion will be on my blog, and I will get that posted this weekend for my February wrap up. It's going to be a much shorter entry, but that's where that will be. So I kept with like the same color theme that was charted. I just picked all different colors that I thought worked really well with this fabric. Now I don't know yet how I want to finish this. I want it to go in my room, but I haven't decided if I want to frame it or like make it a little pillow to like go on my bed for whenever like my bed is fully made up. So I'm deciding. I might go ahead, I might make it a pillow because I'm going to take one of my great aunts. I inherited a really long time ago an old antique rocker from my great aunt. And this was like late 90s. So it's just been in the garage for a long time. It needs to be completely redone and recovered. And that's kind of what I want to ask for my birthday this year, birthday and Christmas. So the colors that I want to cover it in, this would look really nice as like a pillow that just sits in there because it's going to go in my room whenever it's finished. So I might make it into a pillow. So we'll see. Stay tuned for that. All right, so March plans. I have some like thoughts and ideas. I'm gonna really try and finish winter ABCs this weekend because I think I can do it. I'm gonna try and finish Ionomy this next week as my lunch project, or if I finish winter ABCs this weekend, I might stitch on the Ionomy one just a little bit. I want to finish up my hands-on design a year celebrations. I have September through December left, so I want to get those finished and FFO'd. I want to finish my Barbara Anna I Give You My Heart, and I want to work on two more of my challenge pieces. I want to work on my Stitchrovia Be Inspired because I would love to have that one finished in my bedroom. And I also really want to work on my Satsuma Street Mermaid Lagoon because I think that's the only other, I think those are the only two other challenge pieces that are not new starts that have the most work left on them. So I want to go ahead and get them being worked on. And the Be Inspired, honestly, I think I have maybe like 40% left of the outlining to do and a lot of the coloring in, but I've already like checked off some of the colors, but I need to finish pulling colors because some of them were not in my box. So I may have to just break down and go buy skeins of the ones that are not currently in my box because I don't know where they are in the land of whips. And I have made a couple of purchases, Nashville release purchases, and I would love to tell you about them, but let's just wait until they get here because I feel like that would just be more fun. But it includes, I have some fabric that I ordered in the Picture This Plus release today, and I got the 20% off the new stuff and the 10% off my first order with the new site and whatnot. So I basically got a piece of fabric for free in the grand scheme of things. So I can't wait to show those. I have some ideas for most of them that go with some of the new releases that I got from Market. There's a couple more things that are being released at Market that I want to get my hands on, but the shops that I follow haven't offered them yet. So I'm hoping that they're either going to get them or they will come to some other shops that I find out about soon. So, I'm just having fun with all that. I hope that y'all had a fantastic last week of February. I'm really glad that it's March, but this year is flying by so fast. But I will say February, other than being a little like slow and like losing my stitchy bug just a little bit and just kind of being a little bit busier and a little bit less time stitching, it was a better month than January. And I feel like looking on the internet, majority of the world, the consensus agrees. But I'm really excited that it is a new month. So just looking forward to what all I can accomplish and finish this month. And I hopefully will have, you know, all of the months in the hands-on design are considered new starts because I am considering them each a finish individually. I'm not counting the whole pattern as a finish because of how I'm finishing them. And so it is what it is. But I would like to have another new start. One that I've been thinking about starting is Take Me Out to the Ball Game by Little House Needleworks, because baseball season starts really soon. And I think this month, either this month or April, starts spring training. Pretty sure it's the end of this month. But I thought that would be really fun to start because I want to make it Astros colors for whenever we won the World Series in 2017. So I don't know. I want to have a new start. I've been thinking about that one. And then there's like two others that I've been thinking about. Cat lessons for people. I've been thinking about starting the next one in the hands-on design around the seasons. And also been thinking about which next Beatles pattern I want to do. I have it currently narrowed down to between Eleanor Rigby and Octopus Garden, and whenever I legit get ready to start kitting that and starting it, because I'm gonna have to go buy threads, so I've got to make a trip down south to go to 3 Stitches or or ABC Stitch Therapy, one of the two. I've got to make my way down there to buy threads for it. I will probably do an Instagram poll on which one I should start next. And I'll probably do that like a day or two before I go down to the shop. So I have some ideas of some stuff that I want to start to, you know, get finished and off of like my wish list of starting that I've shown y'all, I cannot talk. It's late. It's been a very long day looking at numbers, asset numbers. So, anyways, the other exciting thing about the hockey stuff, my cousin, it was just makeup games. So this didn't determine them going to playoffs, which they are currently at playoffs right now. And my cousin's team has won 2 of their games, both of the games that they played today. And there's another game tomorrow. And so hopefully, I'm really hoping that they make it into the next round, which would be so cool and so much fun. But while I was there, they won 2 out of the 3 games, and it was such a blast. So I will see y'all next week. I hope that y'all have a fantastic weekend and week stitching. And let me know, what are y'all excited about getting at market? I would love to know what y'all have already purchased or what's in y'all's wish list. Just to see, you know, like if it compares to some of the stuff that I've gotten. Did you get any of the new colors of the Pixels Plus fabric? What are you working on? Where are you at with like finishes? Everything, anything. Leave it down below. Ask me some questions if you want to, because that would just be fun to answer next week. And I will talk to y'all next Friday. Bye, guys.